if you want to be known, this works whether you're inside a company and you're networking to get promotions or whether you're building a business. Unfortunately, the more things you try and be known for, the less people will remember you because it's harder to remember. So if you really want to be known, you want to be known for one thing, and you want to think about what is your most important message to give to the world. And if you're like me, you're probably like freaking out, like, I have so many things to say. I can only say one. I can help you narrow this down from, my own experience, what I'm observing, and other people who get known, and become successful. Very frequently, what they are known for is not a bit of information or a product or service. It is a perspective shift. So you're looking for the most important perspective shift for your clients, customers, to be successful, to be happy, to have better relationships, whatever it is they are, chasing. And so examples of that. So sometimes that is more explicit. I would say Simon Sinek is a motivational speaker who talks about, a leadership consultant, I think, primarily. And his big thing that launched him in his consultancy to success is start with why. People talk about what they do. And he's saying start with your cause, right? And that's a fundamentally different way of looking at the world. And he gives examples for why the most successful companies are like that. So I guess the formula here is perspective shift and impact.
Yeah.
And so he's essentially saying, be like, I think in his big talk, start with why. So you can be like Apple, because Apple's the big hotness and everyone liked Apple, and Steve Jobs, etc. This was like a decade ago or whatnot. But I think there are other people who've done an implicit perspective shift. So Mel Robbins was someone I think that did a TED Talk and has showed up in a lot of places, I think, since then and been interviewed. And like her big thing that I remember when she was breaking on the scene was just like, the way to stop procrastinating is simply like count down backwards like a space launch. And it's like, there's not a lot of intellectual content there. It's not like groundbreaking. But the perspective shift implicit in this tip is motivation is not something you have or do not have. Motivation is not something that's like super hard that you have to go through this, this difficult process to obtain. You can hack motivation. That is basically the perspective shift underlying that simple tip. And I think why that was attractive to a lot of people.
Yeah.
So whether what you're selling is knowledge-based itself, like language coaching, or business coaching, or whether you are teaching people in your market to attract an audience. You have a physical product, right? Our Kazu traditional Japanese tea avatar, right? There might be a perspective shift on like improving your life with tea, enjoying tea, like incorporating it into the rituals of your life, right? That like you can enjoy your life more by using tea as a way to slow down, or something like that, right? Like that would be a perspective shift. They're like, oh, calmness doesn't have to be something I have to go to a meditation retreat for, or like, where that I can't achieve as an anxious type A super high, high achiever person. All I need to do is schedule tea time. Right? Like that's a perspective shift around a physical product, right? What is the tea? How's that tea operating in their life, and how is it going to make them better? And you pair that with a perspective shift, and then you have your messaging. So if you want to be known for one thing, and that's hard to choose, but the easy way to find that one thing is think about the perspective shift that will have the most transformative impact on your customers, and that's what you market. And then your products or services are things that help people achieve that perspective shift or leverage that perspective shift for some kind of benefit or result.
Awesome.
All right. Well, thank you for dropping by, watching the video. Notice how much shorter these are when I have Meg, because she keeps me on track. And so one of the things I jokingly reached out to you on Twitter about was, so I had like a 50-minute video just thinking about like coaching and evaluating our coaching sessions and you as a coaching client. And I was thinking a lot of people might watch that if we titled Communication Coach Destroys Business Coach Husband After Insane, and like I'm using that tonality for like the all caps, insane rant.
Oh dear.
Would that be good? Can we do an episode? Maybe not tomorrow, but like soon.
Destroy you.
All right.
I'm so like non-confrontational.
I'm trying to work on my clickbait here.
Okay.
My clickbait game. Anyway, so maybe that will be coming up. Probably tomorrow we'll be talking a little bit more about like going into the sales funnel, and that message is the follow-up. But you know, next week maybe Meg can respond to the video, or let's see. Yeah, next week.
Yeah.
Before Thanksgiving. So that's exciting.
Yeah.
Anyway, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all the things. Share this if this has been helpful. We would love to create and encourage a community of entrepreneurs who are working at becoming their best selves, maybe struggling with marketing, positioning, getting a repeatable sales process. That's what we're working for right now. So like, you could type in questions. We have a chat. It appears to be empty today. So there's all sorts of ways we would love to interact with you and engage with you. If you are a solopreneur, you're starting a small business, etc., and you're thinking through these same problems about how to market, how to reach out, how to get a consistent sales process that gets you the customers or clients that you're looking for at, you know, the rate that actually pays the bills. So.
Yep, definitely.
All right. Until next week, make big changes one small habit at a time.
Bye.
Or I guess until tomorrow.
Yep.
That was my old sign off.
Right.
I did weekly videos. Old habits.